At the request of the U.S. Department of Justice, a Facebook group used by nearly 80,000 people to report sightings of federal immigration agents in the Chicago area has been taken down by the social media giant Meta, Facebook's parent company. Where are the don't tread on me small government people? Where are the I have to have a stockpile of ammunition and firearms to keep the government in check people? The group, called ICE Sighting Chicagoland, has been increasingly used over the last 5 weeks of Operation Midway Blitz, President Donald Trump's intense deportation campaign, to warn neighbors that federal agents are near schools, grocery stores, and other community locations so they can take steps to protect themselves, as they should. But the Trump administration has claimed that its agents, nearly all of whom wear face coverings, don't wear badges, and at times drive vehicles without license plates, are under attack. Are the attacks in this galaxy with us? I have seen footage after footage after footage. I've heard account after account after account of ICE attacking people. We are under attack, not the agents that are living out their sick, twisted, sadistic fantasies of violence. Today, following outreach from the DOJ, Facebook removed a large group page that was being used to dox and target ICE agents in Chicago. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi said in a statement Tuesday. Well, there you have it. We know if Pam Bondi says it, it's a lie. Sprinkled with one bit of truth, and the only bit of truth was that the page was taken down. The wave of violence against ICE has been driven by online apps and social media campaigns designed to put ICE officers at risk just for doing their jobs, Bondi said. The Department of Justice will continue engaging tech companies to eliminate platforms where radicals can incite violence against federal law enforcement. The exact opposite is happening. We are having another Salem witch trial. We are having another Red Scare, where people are deciding that if they don't like someone because of the color of their skin, jealousy, gender identity, sexual orientation, just because they had a bad day, they got a wild hair up their booty crack, they're going to weaponize ICE against them. And they know it, but they're going to lie. The suspension came 2 days after far-right political activist and Trump ally Laura Loomer posted on X about the group, claiming ICE tracking apps and ICE tracking accounts are getting people killed. That's not what's getting people killed. Because it's those that have been abducted that are losing their lives. Those that ICE is targeting are losing their lives. But yes, let's continue to listen to Lady Jigsaw. Who's running the circus? You think other big tech executives would use this as an opportunity to be in compliance and to support President Trump's immigration policies, but they aren't, Loomer posted. She accused Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg of leftist subversion of Trump and his policies and suggested he should be contacted by the DOJ. The Facebook group had about 76,000 members. Its administrator posted screenshots of messages from Meta that said the group was suspended because it didn't follow our community standards. The account had not previously been restricted or flagged, the administrator said. Meta spokesperson Francis Brennan said the group was removed for violating our policies against coordinated harm. What harm? How is ensuring people are safe and can take proper precautions, because we see the violence being handed out like Halloween candy by ICE agents causing harm? We're just completely in the upside down. Everything is backwards. All of the definitions seem to be backwards coming out of this administration. Brennan pointed to the social media platform's coordinating harm and promoting crime policy, which bans outing the undercover status of law enforcement, military, or security personnel if the content contains the agent's name, their face, or badge, and any of the following: the agent's law enforcement organization, the agent's law enforcement operation, or explicit mentions of their undercover status. ICE isn't undercover. And we can't post a badge number or a face or name or anything else because they cover all of that. And we can't call them ICE? Okay. Meta updated that policy in December 2023 as the presidential campaign got underway. It previously only banned information about undercover law enforcement operations that contained an agent's full name or other explicit identification, or photos that showed agents' faces and explicitly mentioned that they were undercover. That is a viable policy. Asked to confirm that the Justice Department requested the page be taken down, Brennan declined to comment and directed the Chicago Sun-Times to Bondi's statement. He also wouldn't say if Meta planned to go after several other Facebook groups with similar content. How about the groups that continuously assemble in order to cause harm to communities that have been marginalized? Brennan was a 2020 Trump campaign advisor whom Meta hired in January after Trump's election to a second term. Interesting. The feds have cited a 1,000% increase in attacks against U.S. immigration and customs enforcement officers, but there have been few examples provided of federal immigration agents being seriously hurt in the Chicagoland area. They haven't been able to substantiate any of the claims for violence against ICE agents anywhere. The Department of Homeland Security reported that one ICE officer was seriously injured during a traffic stop in suburban Franklin Park that ended with the officer fatally shooting a 30-year-old father, Silverio Villegas Gonzalez, but the Sun-Times later obtained body camera footage from local police that showed the officer said his injuries were nothing major. Another immigration agent hurt his leg chasing a protester outside the West Suburban Broadview immigration facility. It seems like ICE is hurting themselves. Loomer, the far-right activist, has also taken credit for prompting Apple and Google to remove two popular ICE citing apps, ICE Block and Red Dot, from their app stores. We are incredibly disappointed by Apple's actions, ICE Block said in a statement after the removal. Capitulating to an authoritarian regime is never the right move. Apple has claimed they received information from law enforcement that ICE Block served to harm law enforcement officers. This is patently false. ICE Block is no different from crowdsourcing speed traps, which every notable mapping application, including Apple's own Map app, implements as part of its core services. This is protected speech under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. So we're just going to keep handing them our rights. Civil liberties be damned, right? Red Dot also claims that its app harms law enforcement are objectively untrue. Ed Yonka, spokesman for ACLU Illinois, said it's troubling to see high-ranking government officials boast of blocking social media pages that seek to instill a modicum of accountability for the actions of federal agents. Whether attacking late-night talk show hosts or people who oppose their brutal immigration policies, the administration revels in squelching speech with which they disagree or which informs people about how to protect their rights, he said. Facebook and other platforms have come under attack by Trump and right-wing circles in the last decade with accusations that their policies favor Democrats and left-leaning politics by moderating hate speech and misinformation. I want you to listen to that again, okay? Facebook and other platforms have come under attack by Trump and right-wing circles in the last decade with accusations that their policies favor Democrats and left-leaning politics by moderating hate speech and misinformation. They know that they lie to you. They don't want anyone to tell you that they're lying to you. Do with this information what you will.